Hi, it's David in the glass studio. Right now I'm tacking this window, and it doesn't have bad gaps in it or anything, but it's got a lot of detail. And so what I'm doing is I'm tacking these pieces together after having placed them in just the right spot. Now there are places where we have glass that doesn't meet just at the perfect angle, but after we get it soldered together, it'll look just perfect. And so most of these pieces have a little bit of a gap in them, but I wanted to show you what it's like over here. See how I've got a long thin one here, and it's got a bit of a gap. And so what I do is I pull it into place. Now I'm going to hit a little bit of flux right here. Okay, and now we just tack these so that they don't accidentally get knocked out of place. You see this one that'll be fine.
I've had students ask how big of a gap is allowable.
Well, you can have really big gaps. See how big that gap is? That won't be okay. However, what we're going to do is we're going to move it over because we can. And so now you've got a half and half on either end instead of the whole thing on one end. See, here's one where if I pull it down this way, pull it over a little bit.
So feel free to move them around until you've got a good equal gap.
See, so this is a bigger gap than this one, but it's being held by this bevel, and so that's good anyhow because we got plenty of space. I mean, it looks good.
Okay.
All right, we'll solder it up and give you a picture of it later. Thanks for being with us.
Well, hi, it's Jeannie. I'm here in the glass studio, and I just cleaned up this window, and I'm going to show you how I did that, because even my students will say, but wait, how does that go again? What do you use next? And it's confusing because sometimes there are a lot of steps to cleaning a window, and you want to do it in a way that is going to be very, very clean. And the reason for that is that sometimes, like a couple of months down the road, if it's not very clean, you will see some white, what they call it, white mold. It isn't. It's just it's some kind of a white, what do you call it, David?
No, but I've called it specifically corrosion.
All right. So there could be like a white corrosion that comes if it's not cleaned really well right now. So I'm going to go through the steps of cleaning just for you. So first of all, you're going to use a CJ's flux remover. And that is this. And I just put a little bit on, because then I put on some water, and I just, be generous with water. And then I scrub. I like to use just a scrub brush, and I scrub it down with the scrub brush. That makes it super sudsy. And then you wipe it down with a rag, and next you use quick clean. It's a stained glass flux and patina cleaner. Okay, there's a list here for you as I'm talking about it. And I spray that down, wipe it down again with a towel. Now, some people, I tell them, okay, one more decision to make. What does your patina look like? You could leave it silver, and if so, we'll just polish it. I'll show you that. Or you could put a patina on it. This client wanted a bronze patina. So I got some black patina, put it on a rag, and then wiped it all over. And it's
Very
so
little.
magical.
Do you do it very little patina when it's black patina? You don't want...
I just put it on the rag. I don't make a puddle. If I made a puddle and wipe it, then it would be more black. But since we're wanting it to be more bronze, I just put it on a little on a rag, wipe it. Okay? What I tell people, especially construction workers, that if you think of it as like a stain for wood, only it's for metal. All right, so then I'm going to spray it down again, wipe it again.
With glass cleaner this time.
Glass cleaner this time. Now, if you want to, and I've had other glass places say that they will use a little bit of alcohol. And that's mainly for the glass, just to get the glass all nice and shiny. And that's you can use alcohol too. And you can even dip a Q-tip into some alcohol and just clean it like that if you'd like. Okay, then we use a stained glass finishing compound, which is just a polish. And I will put a little bit of that on a rag. You can also use a paper towel, rub it down. Right now, first of all, you just put it on, and then I get a rag and buff it. When I buff, I like to use a t-shirt material. It doesn't have fuzzies, and it just really, you can really get in there and buff it up till it's so shiny and beautiful. Now, if I have a patina, I will use this. If it's silver and I did not put a patina on, I will use Never Dull. It is just a silverware polish. We find it in the automotive department.
At Walmart, and you can also get it online.
Uh-huh.
Good deals online.
Yeah, and it just comes in like a cotton. The polish is in the cotton. You tear just a little piece off, rub it all over, and then with your t-shirt material, you just buff and buff and buff until it's beautiful and shiny.
So that piece of Neverdoll that you just showed us would be way too much to use on this size window.
Just a piece of that. Yeah. When you're buffing and cleaning, I like to say use friction, not force. You don't want to push so hard that you're going to break a piece of glass.
Okay.
But you want to, use your friction so you just really get in there. So that is cleaning a window. So you can refer to this when you're doing it again because you might forget. There's a lot of steps. So there you go.
And did you want to hold it up so everybody can see the final product?
Okay, I can do that.
Hoo-hoo, look at that.
It's going in a transom for a client, and I think it's going to look beautiful. I hope that they will send me a picture. Sometimes they do, sometimes they forget. So, okay, that's cleaning a window.